Albert Breer, very good national reporter, went to Oxnard, came back with his 5 observations, and thanks to Kobe3, one of our top Tolos on Twitter, for sending me the thread from Albert Breer. Number 5, there are still some things to work out along the offensive line. Primary one, who's starting at left guard? Connor McGovern and Tyler Smith. Both should be in the mix. Better health up front this year would help also. Okay? No duh. Number 4, Osa Odighizuwa is worth keeping an eye on, the D tackle. Should build on his 21 season. He's smart, consistent, versatile, and disruptive. Chauncey Golston is another year 2 defensive lineman trending up. Number 3, Simi Fehoko might be part of that equation. His improvement may equal Dallas in more 2 tight end sets. That's number 3. Number 2, Noah Brown dropped weight, playing smarter and better, could be vital with other receivers out early. And number 1, the observation from Albert Breer, longtime NFL reporter, Micah Parsons as well, the best player here. But Leighton Vander Esch has had a nice camp as well, showing better body, take on, and bend through the summer. So there is Albert Breer with his Dallas Cowboy observations.
I mean, Micah has seemingly been the best player on the field since he got here. At least most talented at what he does. Zeke was that guy for a while, probably the most talented at what he did. Then you may have had, another guy here or there. Maybe Amari Cooper was that because of his route running ability. That's not a surprise. That is not a surprise at all.
If I told you that before training camp, the 5 topics that national reporters would be discussing are Leighton Vander Esch, Noah Brown, Simi Fehoko, Odighizuwa, and Connor McGovern, what would you have said? Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm trying to spin it. I'm trying to change my Cowboy mindset and get away from all the flash and the hype and the substance and tell myself, because my usual Cowboy mindset is this is sad. This is weak that we're talking about these names as the biggest stories. But then my substance anti-Cowboy mind is saying, well, good. Let's talk about some no names that are stepping up, that they are the stories of camp. That we know what, Dak and Zeke and Tank and Micah are going to do. And it's good that these other no names are being highlighted every single day from local and national media. I'm torn in terms of how to think.
I can help you out, I think.
Please.
Number 1, the Bill Parcells philosophy. And this is what his philosophy was during the draft. I think we could apply to this. Let's just say you have 7 draft picks. You want to hit on X number. It doesn't matter what round you hit on. It doesn't matter if your first rounder hits. If you hit on a 7th rounder, so let's just take the Jay Ratliff year. Jay Ratliff became an all-pro. Does it matter that you hit on the first rounder that year? Because you hit on the 7th rounder and he became this great player. I disagreed with that philosophy because it means you could hit on more players if you hit on later guys, but that was something that Bill always said. And the other thing is, that we could say that to give you a little bit of a positive outlook on this is simply that training camp doesn't really matter. It matters less now than it did 10 years ago. And it mattered less 10 years ago than it did 30 years ago. When guys were working were unloading Pepsi trucks in the offseason, they needed training camp. Now they don't need training camp, right? It's becoming increasingly a bigger waste of time. Nobody plays. They don't play in the games. The practices are, more often than not glorified walkthroughs. So, yeah, I think, the guys who are showing out in camp are the guys that you mentioned that are not big names are doing that because they have to. Dak Prescott doesn't have to have a great camp to be the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but we would still see if he's playing phenomenal. He's not going to play, down. He's still trying to. And we're not saying he's having a bad camp, but
no, what I'm saying
Dez
is
every year was the best player at camp.
Yeah. Now, look.
He didn't have to be, but, I mean.
No, yeah.
No, I see what you're saying when you're talking about Dak, because right now, all I'm hearing about Raiders camp is that Carr hasn't thrown a single interception. And everyone's like, that's the big story out of camp, while here, in Cowboys build, it's like, wow, you're really pointing out the guys that we kind of think of spares.
Yeah. And is it good that we're talking about the spares?
I think it's good that the national media is not being lazy. And they're not like, Dak did this, and Zeke is working hard to come back, and CeeDee Lamb is making up for, the Amari Cooper absence. No, they're diving in deep. I think it's a good thing.
But it's going to be very easy if they have a disappointing year, or if they get off to a 1-3, 2-4 start. We're going to be sitting here. I am going to be sitting here saying, well, what'd you expect? We're hyping up Simi Fehoko and Noah Brown every single day. Not one day, not every other day. It's every single day. It's Noah Brown and Simi Fehoko. That's what the Cowboys were relying on for a championship contender to surround Dak Prescott with. That is going to be my default response if this team struggles early on in the season. It's right here on paper.
Yeah.
Now the opposite is, wow, you had these lesser knowns step up, and you're getting what you expected from Lamb and Gallup and Schultz and Zeke, and that can make you a true contender.
Yeah, you have to hit on non-stars to win in this league. This is absolutely a good thing that these guys are playing at a higher level than they're accustomed to. Absolutely a good thing. And again, like back to the point about they have to play well. They don't have a guaranteed anything. They don't have a guaranteed starting job. That doesn't mean that the other guys could just loaf it. But maybe that's why we're seeing these guys step up, is because they're giving even more effort than some of the other players, because they have to. They have to have a good camp.